Hey guys, I'm back. It's me, Michaela Pink, and today we are going to talk about something that is really, really important to us ladies who have careers. And it's how do you find time to date? How do you possibly find the time? If you're running your own company, if you're the head of your own company, if you are making business decisions and making big moves and power moves in your company, how are you ever going to find time to date? A lot of us work anywhere from 12 to 16 hours, especially when you're in the building phase of making your company. And it is almost impossible to make time for anything other than sleep and work. If you have children, you also need to make time for them. So finding time to date can be really, really hard. If you want some tips on how you can overcome not being able to find time to date, stay tuned. So one of the first things that you're going to need to do is prioritize it. Just that simple. You're going to have to make priority time for dating. If you don't allot time in your day, if you don't schedule it out in a lot of cases, you won't have the time. I know that for me, when I was building my team and when I was acquiring new men to see and things like that, and I was expanding my horizons, we'll call it, I always made time. There was a certain amount of time during the day that I would allot for freestyling, for going out, for putting myself in the right places so that I would be able to date. Because if it's one thing I do know, if you never make time for dating, you're never going to find a date. You have to allot a certain amount of time. If you are a person that likes to write things down and likes to be very scheduled and, from 8 to 10, I'm gonna have this meeting, and from 11 to 12, I'm gonna go to lunch. And if you have to be that hyper-focused about your day, then you need to pencil in some time for dating. You need to pencil in some time for personal phone calls. Because I know for myself, when I first started building my company, it was hectic. I mean, I would spend sometimes 12 to 16 hours of my day working to build my business. If it wasn't marketing, it was research. If it wasn't research, it was actually doing it. If it wasn't that, it was interviewing. So you spread yourself really thin if all of your focus is in one area. So prioritize that to maybe not the top of your list, but to a higher position than you have it right now in order to attract those things into your life. And another thing I would say is that you need to accept that it's going to happen. It's gonna happen. If you've said, okay, I wanna start dating, I wanna start taking this thing seriously, I'm getting older, I wanna be able to be with a man who's going to allow me to be a woman, I don't wanna have to work this hard, just accept that it's going to come. The fact that you have that as a desire means that that's something that's for you right now, and that means that it's coming to you. So just chill out. You can't start dating. You can't start putting yourself out there and you're afraid. If you go into dating with a fear-based mentality, everybody is going to be able to tell. They're going to be able to sniff you out. You don't want to go out with the idea that, oh my God, if I don't find somebody in the next 5 years, I'm going to be single and childless. You don't want to go out with, well, I guess, people are right. Everybody's saying, I'll never find a date, so I guess maybe that's true. If you go out with those thoughts in your mind, then it also won't happen for you. Accept the fact that it will happen and that it's going to happen in its own time. When you want it to happen and when you prioritize it and make it a point to make it happen, that's exactly when it's going to happen. So don't go into it rushed or hurried or afraid that it's never going to happen for you. Just accept the fact that it's going to happen, and it will. And one thing I will say, as a lady boss, as a woman who is the head of a company, you really need to grow your feminine energy. You need to make sure to make it a point that you are feminine at all times. Even if you're wearing a blue blazer, even if you are wearing a pantsuit or something that may not be considered very feminine, you can still wear those things and be feminine while you do it. And if you want more information on how to do that, stay tuned for my next video, because in that one, I'm going to show you how to be feminine while still running a company. And I think that one is going to be very, very important for a lot of us, because you get so used to competing, you get so used to being equal with men, that it's hard for you to tap into that feminine energy. So some things I would suggest is make time in the morning to properly get dressed. Make more time to properly get dressed. Make sure that you do your makeup. Make sure that you smell good. Make sure that you smell good and you have a scent that is signature for you. A lot of ladies don't really take this into account, but smelling good is a real way to be more feminine, and it's a real way for you to stand out as opposed to somebody who doesn't. Now, that does not mean go buy the most expensive bottle of perfume. That does not mean take a bath in it. It does not. It simply means get a light feminine scent that can be associated with you, that makes people say, that smells like her, or man, that really smells good, and take notice of you. I often get complimented on my fragrances because I pay attention to what is attractive. And to piggyback off my last point, take baths instead of showers. It's going to help you rest. It will relax your body, relax your bones. It will help you decompress for the day. It'll help you get ready for your day. I take a lot of baths, sometimes 2 or 3 a day, because it really, really helps my mind to be centered. It helps me to slow down a little bit, and it helps me to stay focused on what I really want to do and how I want my day to go. So take time to slow down a little bit. You don't have to always be hurried. And if I could figure out a way to get 30 hours in a day, I would. But that's impossible. So since you don't have all those hours in a day, you only have a certain allotment of hours. Take some time for yourself. Grow your feminine energy. Read books on femininity. Study women who are feminine, and that will help you to, I know as a working woman, it's really hard to find balance sometimes. You have to balance your family, you have to balance your career, and people are pulling you in all different directions. But I will say this, it is important to take time for yourself. It is very important to always, always be there for yourself, because in the end, you are really all that you have. So make sure you're taking care of yourself, and make sure you are taking time to prioritize the things in your life that are important. If you want more information on my views on dating and relationships, have a look at these 2 videos. And for more information on the Pink Print Academy, you can visit www.pinkprintacademy.com. I'm Michaela Pink, and that's what I think. Bye.